water with a little bit of wood inside of it. Now, if I try to light this, will this light? No. Well, let's see. The first reading told us that things that have water dumped on it can light on fire. What's wrong? It's wet. Who said that? Yes, of course. This is natural. This is the natural order of things. If something is wet, it's not going to light. Well, in the first reading, though, we have Elijah who laid his sacrifice out and he dumped water on it to prove that he had the true God, that if all he had to do was call down the power of God on this sacrifice, on this altar, on this wood that was wet, that God would consume it. He trusted that. The other people prepared the perfect altar, the people who worship the false god. They prepared the perfect altar, the perfect conditions for a fire. If only their God was real. Nothing happened to their altar, perfect conditions. On the altar that was completely imperfect and completely unready to be burned, the true God was called down, and the natural order was completely overturned by the supernatural order, by God, because he is real. Brothers and sisters, isn't the same thing happen at this altar today? We call down God onto bread and wine. Now, in the natural order, if I did that with anything else, nothing would happen. If I called down the power of the Pittsburgh Steelers onto a youth football team, they still would be a youth football team. But if I call down God onto the bread and wine on this altar, the natural order is overturned and the supernatural order takes over. The bread and wine become the body and blood of Christ. And what happens to us? Brothers and sisters, sometimes we think that we are completely unprepared for God because of sin, because of whatever. But brothers and sisters, when we call down God to conquer what is broken in us, God makes it ready so that he can enter us. We are never beyond repair. We are never beyond the supernatural order if only we call down God on our completely unprepared sacrifice, which is ourselves. But he will take if only we call him down. So brothers and sisters, we are never far away from him. Even when we are sinful, even when we think we are so far away, we are not. He enters us. And, as he will today, make us his sons and daughters and give us his life. This is the great God that we have. Please stand.